Hi, I'm Susie from Out West Homestead. Thanks for coming by. I really appreciate it. Today, I'm just talking about different things, so I wanted to say about the gathering up the Army of Prayers. I want to appreciate everybody that come by and that gave Yvonne prayers. I really appreciate it. Ellen appreciates it. So, and Yvonne does too. So, I hope you keep her in your mind and keep praying for her, because this is just starting her journey again. So I hope you remember her in your hearts. So thank you very much. The next thing I'm talking about is about the coyotes out there in the desert. We come across them like that, and of course, you know, I just put music to it, but Bill said they was really hollering, and his GoPro was so loud, I just went ahead and muted the sound because it was too scratchy on his vest. But and the dogs, they were kind of like they was warning the coyotes off, but sometimes they would chase the coyotes, and that's how they do, and then the coyotes chase them. But Blue and Sonny minded Bill, and so they wouldn't, you know, fight with them. And Sonny has it in him to, he's a strong dog, sharp teeth, and his whole body's about all meat, like a pit bull. So he has the ability to really do some harm. And to me, he was real good. And plus, he's still a stud dog, and he wasn't that aggressive, so we were happy about that. I was glad to see him mind Bill and come back. A dog like him, he could probably kill a coyote. He's bigger than they are, and he's really strong. But he was real good, and I'm glad of that. I like having him where he's not aggressive. And I want them, Blue and him, when I go walking this fall out in the desert, I want them to be with me. Sonny still don't have the idea of stay close, because he wants to run and hunt, and because he's still a youngster. And you know, he just wants to have fun out there. But in time, he'll learn to stay, you know, around me. And I had them coyotes pull the dogs away from me. You know, they it depends on how many there is, but they make the dogs chase them. And one time they did that, and the dogs took off, and I had two of them come up behind me, and I knew they'd do that. You know, I know the desert. I know how they act. So I was, you know, cautious. But I was calling the dogs back, and anyway, they got about 10 foot, maybe closer to me. And I just, you know, told them, get out of here, you know, act mean. And I do carry out there, because you're on your own when you're out in the desert. So I carry protection, and they minded me, took off. But when the dogs were younger, and I had a pack out there, the coyotes would chase them, and they chased the coyotes. We run across some young coyotes like they were. Neither side was brave, and they just had a big old time chasing, and then the coyotes was chasing. But sometimes you run across an aggressive coyote out there, so it's best to, you know, just be careful. The coyotes that was following Bill, I don't know what they was up to. But they didn't really, act aggressive. They just checking everybody out. They did, they kind of chased the dogs when they turned back, and then they come forward, but they weren't really getting too bad. But I'm always careful. Last year I could hear the coyotes off in the distance, like a bunch of them. When I out there and I hear that, I just kind of move and go a different way, because I don't want the dogs to get in a fight. And so I'll be careful. And the crows will tell you about the desert. If anybody's out there, if you hear them making a fuss, something's going on. So if I hear the crows over here, I'll go that way, because crows will tell on animals and people. And if they see me out in the desert, they'll fly around me and they'll start roar, roar. So to me, they're letting everybody know, here comes a human. A human's coming out here. And they'll do that to me too. So I listen to them crows, because they got, that's their desert, and they claim it, and they tell on you. So I gotta look at my notes. Oh yeah, I was gonna tell a story. Down south of us, you go down south, kind of west, there's a range of mountains called Guadalupe Mountains. And we would go that way time to time, but it takes a long time, so we don't go over there too much. And we hadn't been over there in a long time. But one time we were going over there, and how the road turns, there's like small grassy hills. You come up out of the desert into this real flat area, but it's kind of like a plateau. And then they got hills off and on around there. So we was going down this dirt road going to the Guadalupes, and there was probably about 12 antelope we seen, and they was kind of close to the road. And so we was driving on that dirt road, and then here come the antelopes. Here they come. So I mean, we were right on the road, and they got up beside us and started running. So we drove fast. It was so funny, because they don't see people very much, and they were just having fun with the truck, I guess. So anyway, them antelopes, we was running, or we weren't driving super fast, probably about 35 miles an hour. And they was keeping up with us. So we had to go around this hill, and of course the antelopes, they know their shortcut. And it was so funny. There was a hill here, so we had to drive around it. And then antelope, they took off around that hill, so we just thought, they stopped. So when we went back around this hill, here come the antelopes. It was so funny. So here they come, and ran with us for a while, and then they just kind of went out in this big giant area and stopped. So on the way back home that day, we didn't think nothing about it, but there was them antelope again, and I think they was waiting for us, but here they come again. And so we got on they was running, but we got on a straightway. So we went 35 miles an hour. They were right by the truck, and they just, it was something to see. But anyway, so Bill got faster and left them behind, and they finally stopped. It was so fun. When nature don't see people, they're not as scared, and that was a place where hardly nobody goes. But it was a fun memory. I wish I had one of these cameras. I would have filmed that. That was so cute. But I want to tell that story. I mean, they were, you can just about touch them out the window. They was that close. But they were just all running. It was real cute. And my desert willows I cut. Got some limbs from the desert because I like to grow them. And I put them in a bucket of water, you know, so they would root. And they never did root. They just died. Not one root was on them. So I think them desert willows are different from the regular willows. The willows I got out there, they just root. They just really grow. But I couldn't get them desert willows to grow. They just wouldn't do it in the water. They're so drought resistant. I guess water doesn't activate them. So I've been wanting some of them, but I'm not sure how to go about it. But I am happy with the willows I got out there. But in time, they will turn yellow because they go into that adobe dirt, and there's no nutrients down there for them. But I really don't mind, as long as they can put out shade. I don't mind if they turn yellow. I had them before here, and when they get big, they just don't do good. They just don't like that adobe dirt. And we was hiking one morning up in the foothills, and what we did, we followed this railroad track, old railroad bed in the foothills. We followed it, and there was a creek by it. And we do that at times. We take the dogs over to that creek. So we follow the railroad bed for about a mile, and then there's a place that will come down off the railroad bed into that creek. And then we just hike back to the truck, because that creek always has water in it. So one day, we went down that creek, and there was the willows like I got. Just gobs of them, young ones, and some big ones, but not too big. So they were pretty easy to pull up by the root, and we pulled some up and brought them home. I think I had about 6 of them, and that's how I got all my willows back there. And so I put them in water, and they lived and everything else, and they started making babies. And so I use them for the garden, all the shade and windbreak, and they're so handy. My first food forest, my older one, and it's not too old, it's really cool. It just has a nice cool feel, and the plants do pretty good over there. And so I started planting willows all around. But I was, the desert willows, they can stand this adobe dirt, they can stay green, they got flowers on them, they smell real good. They just, you know, a plant that's used to this soil. But I couldn't root them. So I don't know what I'm going to do about it. Anyway, the willows I have, you can make hot dog sticks out of them. You can cut them down and use them for fence material, for windbreaks. The donkeys and horses love them. So the ones I got right now, they're really multi-purpose. You can make a dream catcher out of them. You can bend them around. There's probably a lot of things you could do with them willows. But I was hoping to change them over to desert willows because I wouldn't have to water them. But if I can't get them root, I won't be able to have them. So that's bad. Well, I'm just coming on here just talking about this and that. And I do want to thank everybody for the Army of Prayers. I'll tell you, I'm so excited about it. when people show up. It's amazing. And I did have something I want to say. We got a thing on our computer from YouTube saying they're getting reports that we're spamming people. Whatever that is. But anyway, they said maybe I shouldn't be putting up another video. And they're going to look the things over or something. I don't know how we spam anyway. I don't even know what it's about. But they said in the letter it's kind of like, well, it's not really nothing to worry about, but we might shut you off. And so Bill replied to him like, we don't know what you're talking about. Somebody's reporting us as spam. And if y'all are getting us as spam, would you let me know? Because I don't know what in the world's going on. And if we just disappear, if YouTube just shuts us off, that's why. I just want to let you know. It felt like a threatening letter to me and to Bill. But, so if that happens, I don't know. So, we're out there spamming people. I don't know. But anyway, I appreciate y'all coming by. I just want to let you know, in case you don't see us, YouTube shut us down. I know they're serious about it, but I have no idea what they're talking about. So, thanks for watching from Out West Homestead. Bye. And if I go to your channel, I'm going to spam you. I did think I need to make a column, a gossip column, a UFO column. I have to think of some more. But anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.